in a valiant effort to embolden the ranks of the criminal populations using the excuse of not wanting to expand the prison population, progressive DA Chesa Boudin of San Francisco has dropped charges against 3 women who attempted to carjack a 75-year-old woman, beat her, dropped her to the concrete, and only intervening was a man who dropped his almond milk that he just purchased from Safeway, a recent college graduate who went up and smashed in the window, the back window of the car that they were trying to gank. They somehow fled the car and jumped into a waiting vehicle. Noble Knight Chesa Boudin, of course, ran to the rescue and dropped all charges. According to the DA's office, they lacked the necessary DNA evidence in order to prosecute the carjackers. You know, because video and a first-hand account from a witness and the person who was assaulted is not good enough. The same bar applies to shoplifters filling their bags with cosmetics at the local Walgreens who were smart enough to wear gloves, but not enough to cover their face with the video evidence.
We're closed right now. We're closed right.
Because that is inadmissible in Chesa Boudin's court of law. Of course, this is by no means emboldening criminal culture in San Francisco and other areas that progressives have control. I want to be very, very clear about this. San Francisco has never been in better shape since the progressives have taken over. Okay, I will grant you that you have people shooting up in the middle of the street, that the homeless population has expanded and expanded and expanded, and that they are pooping in the middle of the streets, causing a human poop patrol to go out and clean it up. And I grant you that if you leave a bag in your car, the over-under as to how quickly it's going to be broken into is about 5 minutes. But that's on you for leaving something on the seat of your car. But you have to weigh that out against the real progress. For example, the changing of school names that the San Francisco Board of Education has enacted, spent millions of your taxpayer dollars in an effort to do so. Changing the names of schools from people that do not pay enough fealty to Black lives while they were alive, like Abraham Lincoln, who freed the slaves. This is the mark of the progressives and the wonders that they've done for the city. So I want you to keep that in mind when someone tells you that it's all bad. Everybody should immediately show their support for our progressive ideology and move their family and their businesses to San Francisco. Despite the fact that they allow no new housing to be built, we're talking not progressive economically, we're talking progressive socially. No new buildings, lots of homeless people. That is progress. Okay, I grant you that they have the highest tax rate in the nation, but that is used for the social good, for the benefits, like the aforementioned fact that you are changing the names of schools away from Abraham Lincoln, which is how money should be spent. We must all continue to show support for the progressive ideology, and don't even think about voting against the Democrats that have brought us this utopia on earth. Remember, please, in order to bring in nirvana, sometimes you have to crack a few eggs to make the omelet. Of course, no one has ever tasted the omelet. So add the smell of rotting eggs to the wonders of the beautiful city of San Francisco. Thumb up the video and peace out. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Sayonara.